Well, good afternoon. Trudy here again with a continuation of storytelling, Home of the Brave. I guess you can't read that, it's upside down. Home of the Brave. So, as you remember, we left off after Keck had put all the dishes in the washing machine, and you can imagine what ensued. But his friend came and said she had some special glue and she would help him. And then in the meantime, he was feeling so terrible that he'd broken all these dishes and he didn't know what he was going to do. He wanted to help pay back his aunt with some new dishes. And although Dave, his friend from the refugee assistance, said that they would find out about some dishes and bring them, he thought he should find a job. And he talked to Dave about going back to that farm where he had met that lovely cow. And he said that his friend could take him and show him how to use the bus. But Dave told him to be careful and not to do anything. But as teenagers are wont to do, that's where we take up the story. This is the story starting about the bus. On the day with the name of Saturday, Hannah and I wait by the road for the bus to come. It's even bigger than the school bus, with the sour breath and slow growl of a starving animal. The door squeals open and I follow Hannah up the stairs. She pours quarters into my glove. Here, she says, do like I do. Her money clatters into a box by the driver. But I shake my head. The school bus is free. This is one you pay for, she said. Come on, hurry up. The driver makes a face that says, stupid, new to this country, boy. But Hannah, I say, I can't take more money from you. Hannah tips my glove over the box and the quarters slip in with a happy jingle. She grabs my arm as the bus rushes forward. We pile into a seat near the back. See, my mom sends me money sometimes, Hannah says. Her nose and cheeks are red as the sunset sky. Just, out of the blue. No explanation, no letter, it just shows up. I used to write her and say thanks, but now I don't bother. She never writes back. Anyway, my foster mother always hands the money over to me. I give her some, and then the rest I put in a box under my bed. But it's yours to spend, I say, not mine. Hey, you get a job, you could pay me back. Meantime, keep your eyes open. I blink, but they are. I mean, look out the window for this farm. I'm not sure if Dave's got the right stop or not. I never noticed a farm out this way. It's a very small farm, I admit. After much snow and many buildings, I see at last the little farm. The bus pulls over and we step into a pile of snow as high as our knees. There she is, I say. The cow is standing near a shed. She looks bored and cold. I thought she was a girl, Hannah says. She has horns. Girl cattle can have horns, I explain. Really? Hannah says. Way to go, girl cow. So now what? When I take a deep breath of icy air, it's like swallowing an arrow. Now, I say, I get a job. It's hard to walk to the house where the owner of the cow lives. Much snow makes a home in my boots. And when we get to the door, Hannah shows me a button that makes music happen. And soon, the door opens. The old woman standing there doesn't seem surprised to see me. Well, hello, she says. May I help you, kids? I'm Keck, I say, from Africa. And this is Hannah, from Minneapolis, Hannah adds. I'm Louise, the old woman says, from the wrong side of the tracks. Call me Lou. Weren't you there the other day talking to my cow? I nod. I just wanted to say hello to her. Lou thinks about this for a moment. It's bitter cold out there. Come on in. We step into safe, warm air and sweet cooking smells. So are you two selling something? Lou asks. Raising money for school? I'm here about your cow, I say. I see, Lou nods slowly. I think that she is not so happy, I say. I try to put it gently so that my words will not sting like an insect. Lou puts her hands on her hips. She's wearing jeans like mine and a big shirt. Her hair is short and silver like a fresh moon, and she has many wrinkles to show her great knowledge of the world. You two better sit. This may take some time. Lou points to the kitchen table. I was unaware that my cow is depressed, although I'm not entirely surprised. She's seen some better days. Lou pushes a plate of cookies in front of us. Chocolate pieces tease like jewels in the sand. Please, she says, have some. I don't want to be impolite, so I take 5. He's big on chocolate, Hannah explains. Lou laughs. Now tell me, Keck, how you come by your knowledge of cows. Of course I want to answer, but I know it's important to eat all the cookies first so that Lou won't be offended. Hannah helps. See, Keck just got here from Africa. He's staying with his aunt and his cousin, and he accidentally put her dishes in the washing machine, and now he needs some money to buy new ones. And since in Africa his family had a lot of cattle, he thought maybe he could come here and you could use some help. She pauses to take a bite of the cookie, and then she can't talk either. Lou says. She goes to the cold, tall box to get some milk. I'm a little sad to see that the milk is not the chocolate cow kind. She pours the milk into glasses and watches while we drink. My husband's family came here from Norway, Lou says, and my great-great-grandfather came to the U.S. on a boat from Ireland. She pours herself a glass of milk. But Africa, wow, how are you handling winter? The cold hurts, I answer, but the snowballs are good. Lou smiles. So tell me why you think my cow is unhappy. It isn't because you don't care well for her, I say quickly. Well, not as well as I should, Lou says. My husband died last year, and with my achy old bones, I'm having a hard time keeping up. She picks up a cookie, but she doesn't eat it. I may have to sell this place soon. I had an offer, a good offer, and I have a lot of hospital bills to pay off. I don't know. We'll see. We'll all be quiet for a moment. So Lou says at last, what is it you think my old cow is in need of? She needs to be brushed and fed the finest hay. And without other cattle, she's lonely, I answer. She needs someone to talk to her. In my old home, they could laugh at me, but when I talked to the cattle, they would grow calm and easy to herd. I wait. Maybe my words are broken like my aunt's dishes, chips and shards that will not make a whole. Maybe this Lou will think I'm a moron boy. Have another cookie, Keck, says Lou. That night, I wait for the darkness, for Ganwar to come home. He stumbles a little when he crosses the room, and he carries the bitter smell of smoke. Where were you? I asked. With some friends, he says, and he plops onto the sofa like a sack of grain. I've been waiting for you, I say. I wanted to tell you my new news. I got a job. Ganwar lifts his head to stare at me. A job? Doing what? Helping a lady take care of her farm. For a while at least. She's old, and her husband died last year. She can't pay me very much. But I think I'll make enough to buy new dishes for your mother. Ganwar's eyes say I'm telling a lie, or maybe a joke. How did you get a job like that? I lift my shoulders. I just went to her door and asked. Her cow didn't look good. Father would never have owned such a sad-looking animal. Ganwar drops his head, and he covers his eyes with his hand. Amazing. You just went to her door? I nod. I've been here a year and a half, Ganwar sighs. You've been here what, a week? We're quiet for a while. I can hear the cold box humming. I do not want Ganwar to be angry with me. I want him to understand, because he is truly one who can. I miss the cattle, I say at last. I miss moving them, watching them graze, the sun so hot on your back, Father singing. Ganwar doesn't answer. I think maybe I should not talk of days past with my cousin. I cringe, waiting for the heat and the hate of his words. Ganwar rubs his eyes. When he speaks, his voice is sad, not angry. I always knew what to do, he says. Mornings they'd graze, noon we'd lead them to the stream, afternoon we'd head for home. We always had somewhere to go, not like here, stuck in the apartment or at school. He sighs. It all made sense. Here nothing makes any sense. Maybe it will, I say. Maybe if we're patient. I hear the fear and hope fighting in my voice. We don't belong here, Keck, Ganwar says. This isn't our country. It never will be. Lots of people come to America from other countries, I say. Mrs. Hernandez taught us that. Ganwar rolls his eyes. Poor immigrants, illegal immigrants. Maybe someday we can go home again, I say. The war is older than your father. The war is forever, Ganwar replies, and he closes his eyes. Then, where do we belong, I asked. I can see that he's sleepy, but I want Ganwar to tell me this one thing. I wait a long time for Ganwar to reply, but he's asleep, snoring softly. I watch his untroubled face. I cannot seem to get up. Ganwar's words lie in my lap like huge rocks. I'm not strong enough to move. I sit and sit, waiting for the sleep my cousin has found, wishing for dreams of our old life, of fine, strong cattle, gently complaining like tired children as we guide them safely home. And that's the end of part 2. So stay tuned. These will be coming to you afternoons at 4 o'clock. I believe we'll be here on Tuesday and Wednesday, so twice a week. You can catch up on story time. As you see, we still have a little bit to go, and I'll be putting this on, and we'll find out what happens to Keck, to Ganwar, to Keck's friend Hannah, and life working on the farm for Lou. Take care. Have a great day. Stay safe.